Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Rocco Unfiltered. It's been a very intriguing weekend for AC Milan, of course, but let's talk about the transfer saga that is finally over with. Yusuf Fofana is finally an AC Milan player. He will sign a contract till 2028, earning 3 million euros a year. He will wear the number 29 shirt, and Milan have paid Monaco a fee of 23 million euros plus 2 million in bonuses. Now, guys, if you ask me, Yusuf Fofana was probably the most vital signing for AC Milan in this summer's transfer window, because Milan have not had a midfielder of Yusuf Fofana's characteristics since they let Fred Kessie go to Barcelona on a free transfer the year they won the Scudetto. Now, Monaco obviously and Milan's negotiations were extremely difficult. These negotiations lasted almost the entire summer, as we are aware of it, because Milan had first made a small offer to Monaco, offering them 14 million euros a year. Monaco instantly rejected it. Monaco then feeling insulted by Milan's offer and them coming to an agreement with Fofana before coming to an agreement with the club. Monaco decided to skyrocket the transfer fee and asking for 35 million euros. So instead of Milan panicking and deciding to go on to other targets, Milan kept calm, waited Monaco out, and Fofana's will to join the club was a big reason why Monaco's demands got lowered back down to 25 million euros. And Milan finally said enough was enough, because especially after Paulo Fonseca had mentioned it after the Monza game that the club really needed a guy like Fofana in their squad, Milan decided enough was enough and decided to pay Monaco the fee that they were willing to accept. And guys, I have to say, immediately, Milan's midfield is instantly better than what it was last season. Because like I said before, we have not had a guy like this in the middle of the midfield to help the defense, take balls off the midfielders and the attackers coming in against the defense. And Milan have really suffered last year, especially getting opened up time after time again and easily getting scored on. Obviously conceding 69 goals last season, an extremely high amount of numbers of goals for them to concede. Now with Fofana coming in, we hope to reduce that number. But obviously seeing the game yesterday against Torino, we saw that we desperately needed him, and too bad we didn't have him yesterday because he was extremely missed. And that's one thing I want to mention, guys, about this transfer saga with Fofana. If Milan had originally made this offer at the beginning of the window, Fofana could have been with this club earlier, and maybe he would have got some minutes yesterday. He probably wouldn't have started because obviously he was with the French national team during the Euros, but he didn't play though. So maybe Fonseca might have started him, but it was very highly unlikely. But I wish Milan's management was a little bit quicker when it came to purchases, because obviously even the Pavlovic purchase took a little bit longer than usual. If Milan had made the signing a little bit earlier, Pavlovic maybe would have started yesterday instead of a guy like Malik Chow. Now, signing Fofana is fantastic news for us all. And I hope Milan are not done yet. There's talk of them possibly going after Manu Kone, another French international, another number 6, of course, another holding midfielder that Milan could desperately use. So I really hope that Milan is looking into possibly buying another holding midfielder, because when Fofana does not play, Milan need another guy of his characteristics. And we don't have one in that team like that, because we know a guy like Ruben Loftus-Cheek doesn't use his body well enough like a guy like Fofana. Cheek's more of a guy who plays better attacking than he does defending. So getting a guy like Kone would really be helpful for Milan when the times Fofana does not play, of course. But finally, thank God, Milan got the deal done. And probably the most important signing of this summer is finally a Milan player. Now let's just hope Fonseca gets it implemented into the team immediately, especially for the game on Saturday against Parma, because we all saw the disaster that happened with the Milan-Torino game yesterday. Now, let's talk about that disastrous game that Milan had yesterday. And miraculously enough, we were able to squeak out a point, luckily. So, the first 30 minutes of that Milan-Torino game, guys, I have to say it was absolutely horrendous. You could say the whole game was horrendous. But the first 30 minutes especially, I felt I was watching Pioli ball again from last season. Milan, like Fonseca said in his post-game press conference, he said he felt Milan were too passive. They weren't pressing high up the field. And even me, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is going on here? Torino were dictating the play, and I was absolutely flabbergasted to see Torino dominating possession against Milan at home. First game of the season under a new manager. I thought Milan were going to come out like gangbusters and have a spectacular game and maybe score 3 to 4 goals. But that clearly was not the case. So in the 30th minute, Torino has the ball in our end, of course. They make a great little build-up play. Torino gets the ball. I think it's Ricci here. He makes a pass to the corner there. The ball is right in front of Davide Calabria. And what does Davide Calabria do? He just watches the ball go right by him instead of trying to prevent the ball from getting through. Maybe a slide tackle or something. Nope. He lets the ball go right through him. Duvan Zapata gets the ball, puts in a great cross to the far post to Bellanova. He heads it to the far corner there, hits the post, comes right back out, and of course hits Malik Chow's left leg. And as you can see, the ball is over the line. But at the moment, their goal line technology for some reason was not working. Maresca's watch did not buzz. The play continued. Then VAR told them to stop play. They reviewed it. And of course, it's a goal. But once again, guys, Milan's midfield easily opened up. And their defense, again, conceding more shit goals. It just seemed like we were watching a rewind of last season with Pioli at manager. Then, not even about 6 or 7 minutes later, Torino get a corner kick. They put the corner in. Zapata's able to get up there, completely untouched. Completely untouched. I don't know where the hell Malik Chow is. He's the tallest defender. He should be the one marking Zapata. He's not nowhere to be seen. Zapata heads it. But thank God for Magic Mike Magnan. Makes a fantastic leg save to keep it 1-0 Torino. But then a couple minutes later, guys, Milan is deep in their own end. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is able to win the ball back. He makes a spectacular pass up the field to, of course, Rafa Leao. And you see the space Rafa has, and we all know that once Rafa's got that type of space, he's gone. He blows by the defender. Rafa's one-on-one alone with Milinkovic-Savic. But unfortunately, Rafa does not bury the opportunity. And guys, Rafa needs to make these finishes. He has to finish these opportunities in this season, guys. We need him to step up and score more goals this up and coming season. And that play right there, guys, was worrying for me. But he needs to finish these opportunities. We need him to score. Okay? That is an opportunity that must be finished. But unfortunately, he doesn't finish it. Savic makes a great save. Okay? But then a couple minutes later, Torino have another great opportunity. Bellanova beats Salamakers multiple times in this half. And I do not understand Paulo Fonseca, why he played Alexis Salamakers in this position. Completely mind-blowing to me. What are you saying to Filippo Terranciano, who you played there all preseason, and then you play an attacking guy there like Salamakers? It made no sense to me, and you just destroy the confidence of Terranciano. You just destroy it. So it made no sense to play Salamakers there, honestly. It really didn't. So Bellanova goes, he makes the pass, makes a great pass. Obviously, Torino takes the shot, and Magnan is able to bail Milan out once again and make another great save. And it's still 1-0 Torino going into the half. But if you guys ask me, we're probably all scratching our heads as Milan fans thinking, what the hell did we just watch in that first half? Absolutely disgusting performance in the first half. Getting absolutely outclassed at home by Torino. Okay? Can't happen. Can't happen. And Fonseca's first game at manager, and he's already got his fans pissed off. Ridiculous. So the second half starts. Fonseca makes no changes. Already a start I did not like. Okay, I wanted him to make changes immediately at half. He didn't do it. But he waited about 15 to 20 minutes. And then he made changes. He obviously brought in Teo Hernandez. He brought in Tijani Reinders. He brought in Yunus Musa. And he brought in Alvaro Morata. And then he brought in Noah Okafor. Okay, he made 5 good changes. And they were all impactful changes, of course. Okay, but before those changes made an impact, Torino gets another one. Torino's on the flank, on the left side, obviously. Davide Calabria, once again. This guy here is the captain of AC Milan. Is absolutely pathetic. He gets caught flat-footed again. Torino's able to get the ball on the left. Okay? Look at Malik Chow. Look at Malik Chow. He's right beside Duvan Zapata. But Malik Chow has a lapse in concentration. Watches the ball instead of the man. Zapata's able to squeeze in behind him. Torino crosses it in and boom. Zapata scores, making it 2-0 Torino. And us Milan fans are already thinking, my God, what a start to the Paulo Fonseca era. And this type of performance at home in the first game. It was just absolutely mind-boggling if you guys asked me. But Milan did not give up. They showed their warrior spirit and they kept on fighting. Then around the 88th minute, okay, Reinders goes, kicks the ball in the box. Luckily enough, Alvaro Morata, he sticks his foot out, makes a great connection to the ball, and he's able to squeeze it by Savic. And it is 2-1 for Torino, but Milan has some life left. And there's about 5 to 6 minutes left in this game, obviously with injury time, of course, and Milan started to press. And then obviously Musa gets the ball on the right side. Would you guys believe it that Yunus Musa, a center midfielder, made a better cross in about 15 minutes of play than Davide Calabria did in about 70? Pretty mind-blowing if you ask me, right? So Musa makes a spectacular cross, and he finds Noah Okafor, the substitution who always comes in to bail out Milan. He did it last year so many times for us, and once again, he does it for him again tonight in the first game of the season, bailing out Milan, getting them a miraculous point that they did not deserve at all, guys. We did not deserve to get this point. And I'm telling you now, Milan are very lucky that everybody else in the top 6 drew in this weekend's first match day of Serie A 24-25. Now, guys, some comments about that first game. My God, some players specifically. Davide Calabria. I hope to God Paulo Fonseca realizes that Davide Calabria cannot play for this team anymore. Not even as a backup. He is a liability beyond belief, guys. I am in absolute shock that Milan rather get rid of a young talent like Pierre Kalulu, who has a lot of potential. I know he had injuries last season, but I think Pierre Kalulu is a way better right back, who's a natural right back, than Davide Calabria. If anything, Milan should bring Kalulu back into the team and put Calabria on the market after that performance today. Atrocity beyond belief by Davide Calabria. And the thing that pissed me off most is that when he got substituted, he threw the captain's armband. You disrespect the captain's armband and just throw it away like a piece of cloth, Davide? Pathetic. But the best thing about that game, guys, was how loudly he got booed coming off the field. He got booed like no tomorrow, and I'm glad the Milan fans let him have it. Another guy who was disgusting today, Malik Chow. My God, what has happened to this player, guys? He looked so promising coming in a few seasons ago. Last year, injuries derailed him, and he just does not look the same since the injuries. He just does not look confident, and he just does not look like he deserves to be out there on the field, man. It's just a horrible, horrible performance by Malik Chow. And you know what? I'm not. He's the fourth option for me now, guys. He's the fourth option for me now. For me, it's Tomori, Pavlovic, Gabbia, then Chow. Malik Chow should not see the field for the foreseeable future moving forward. Now, another guy who I was extremely disappointed by in the attacking phase was Samuel Chukwueze. My God, Samuel, you were spectacular. Samuel Chukwueze was spectacular in the United States. Obviously, it's preseason, but he shows some glimpses of magic in the preseason, guys. And then the first game of Serie A, he puts an absolute dud out. He looked horrendous. Misplacing passes, not controlling the ball. His crosses were low. Just an absolutely horrid performance by Samuel Chukwueze. And I'm extremely concerned because Paulo Fonseca really likes Alexis Salamakers. And he will not be afraid to sit Chukwueze and play Salamakers on the right wing. So Samuel Chukwueze better get his act together and start having some good games. Because if not, he's going to park himself on that bench. Okay, and the transfer window's still open. Milan might say to themselves, you know, maybe we should go get Chiesa. Even though that's very unlikely. Okay, but still, Chukwueze did not give Milan's management and Fonseca any confidence, especially after that performance today. Was not good at all. Pulisic didn't have his best match today, but I'm willing to give him some slack because he was one of our best players last season. But he needs to adjust to that center attacking midfield role. Who knows if Milan are going to stick to it, because we saw today, guys, that another player like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he cannot play in a double pivot, guys. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek needs to play in a three-man midfield, and I think Milan have the players that are suitable for a 4-3-3. The question is, will Paulo Fonseca switch from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-3-3? And I think a 4-3-3 would be suitable for Milan, guys, because you have Cheek, Fofana, Reinders. If you buy Kone, you can play Kone in the middle, Fofana on the right, Reinders on the left. So many options, guys. But Fonseca, after this game, guys, I have to say, I was very disappointed, and even he was disappointed. He's got some shit to fix. Okay, Milan have some serious adjustments to make before the game on Saturday against Parma. But I will say this, though. Milan, like I said before, are very lucky to get a point. But it was not a good performance whatsoever by Milan. By no means necessary, guys. and they better improve moving forward. And I'm telling you now, I better see the new signings starting next game. I better see Pavlovic starting. I better see Teo back in the lineup. Reinders, maybe Fofana, okay, Morata. I better see these guys playing against Parma on Saturday. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching this video. Click like if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Forza Milan sempre, guys. And remember, guys, if you do not watch sports, you're more. Ciao, guys.